Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Krishna Gopal. I completed my master from ISI. In this video, we're going to talk about the top more 5 questions which people generally ask in the interview from the regression topic. So the first question is, suppose you are working with the regression based model, which evaluation metrics you will use to evaluate your model? Evaluation metrics are generally a very important topic if you are appearing for any data science interview. Make sure whatever the evaluation metrics you work in your case study, you should know it's from 0 to 100%. So the interviewer can ask any questions. Suppose he is asking to you derive this derivation or write the pseudocode or write the Python code, you must be able to write that code. Okay, now come back to your question. Which evaluation metric we will use while building the regression based model? So the answer is we can choose the mean absolute error. So what is the mean absolute error? We can write here mean absolute error. Mean absolute error is you have the actual y, you have the predicted y, this is your error, then we take the mode, that is absolute, and then we add all these terms, and then we take the mean. So this is the mean absolute error. So let's talk about mean absolute error. Mean absolute error is very robust to the outliers, but the disadvantage of this metric is that this metric is not differentiable metric, and so to make it differentiable we need to use the other mathematical techniques to make this metric is differentiable. But we have the better metrics compared to the mean absolute error, that is we have the root mean square error. Root mean square error, what is it? What is error? Error is actual minus predicted. What is a square? Then we add, then we take the mean, and we take this under root, we take this under root. So this is the root mean square error. But the property of this root mean square error is it's not too much robust to the outlier, but it is much more differentiable. It is much more easily differentiable compared to the mean absolute error. So generally in the most of the regression based model we consider the root mean square error. Now once you give this answer in the interview, be ready, the next question interviewer can ask you, why did you not choose the mean square error? So the second question is, why did you not choose the mean square error over the root mean square error? So the problem with mean square error is that it take the difference. Let me write. So we are talking about mean square error. What is error? Yi minus yi predicted, that is square, and this is the mean. So this is the mean square error. So what the problem with this mean square error? It's first is not too much robust to outlier, that's not much big problem, but the problem is that it actually change your measurement unit of your output. You are measuring the height of students in the meter, but you are getting the output in the meter square. So but this problem we not face in the root mean square error. So that's the reason we choose root mean square error over the mean square error. This matrix is easily differentiable, we are okay with that, but we not want our output measurement unit change. That's the reason we choose root mean square error. So these are the two questions if generally people ask in the regression based questions, if they are asked, if your interview going in that direction. Okay, now come to the most important, the third question is, suppose you are working with the time series prediction models. So interviewer is interested to ask which evaluation metric you consider there. We can consider these metrics, but additionally which evaluation metric you consider in the time series problem. So what actually we do in the time series problem, we have something actual number at time t, and we want to predict at time t plus 1. So in that case, we choose the mean absolute percentage error. What we choose? We choose the MAPE. This is important question if something is going towards the time series in your interview. So what is the mean absolute percentage error? Suppose something I am predicting at time t. This is my actual value, and now I am predicted something at time t plus 1. So I am assuming here t. What we do, we have to take the percentage. So this is the percentage. Now we choose the absolute, then we take the mean. Why we choose mostly MAP based on the time series models? Because the time series prediction is also the subset of the regression based technique. In the time series analysis, we are much more interested to know how much percentage we are predicting correctly, how much percentage change we have compared to the what is the actual number change we have in the model. So this is the third important question which you can face where if you are going in the time series base direction of your interview. Come to the fourth question, which is little easy compared to that. Fourth question, interviewer can ask you, okay, let me okay, the question is how you can interpret your RMSE. So look, question is looking very easy, but reality is that this is not much easy. Like if you say that if RMSE is near to the 0, we have the best model. He is asking how you interpret. That means it not have any upper bound. It is a square. So the square function have no upper bound in the mathematics. So how you choose? Okay, we go up to this limit and above that we should not go. This is the baseline model. How will you choose? So before applying any machine learning models in our task, we build one random model. Suppose if I talk about the root mean square error, your random model, what will be the yi cap should be the your mean of yi. So mean of yi. So you can choose the upper bound. Suppose this upper bound comes 0.88. So this is your random model. This is the output of your random model without applying any machine learning, XGBoost, random forest, anything. Without that we are getting this much score. Now when we start applying the linear regression, random forest, XGBoost, different kind of a machine learning algorithm, we can see how much change we can see from this 0.88. Suppose with the help of XGBoost you get the 0.21. So yes, this model is performed very well compared to this our random model. So to interpret the RMSE, we choose the upper bound by building the random model in the task. So I think this question is clear. Let me repeat. How you can interpret the RMSE when you are working with the regression based model. In the regression based model, we can choose the upper bound by building the random model. Then we can compare any machine learning model with that random model score. I hope these 4 questions are very clear. The 5th question is very easy. I not see many people ask, but let me cover here. The 5th question is, suppose we are giving you the 2 metrics, the R square and adjusted R square. Which one you going to use? So the R square and adjusted R square. Let me tell you what is the R square first. Okay, so between the R square and adjusted R square is the coefficient of determination. We can calculate R square is the 1 minus SSE by SST. So R square lies between 0 and 1. If it is near to the 1, we can say the model is performing performance is good. If it's near to the 0, we tell model performance the worst. But actually if you add the more features in your model, while you building the model, you are adding the more features to the building the model, and suppose that features are useless. So what will happen to the R square value still increase, but adjusted R square only increase if that features are very useful to determine something in the model. If that features are very useful, then only adjusted R square is increased. So that's the reason we choose adjusted R square over the R square. I hope all the 5 questions are clear in this video. Let me know if you face any difficulty to understand any question in the comment section. Do the comment and let me know. I will help you there to explain you again. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe this channel for the more videos. We'll meet you soon in the next video.